Tonight, I'm continuing to build this Lego icons Tranquil Garden. So yesterday we got this little tea house completed. So today we're starting from bag number 3, and it says that we're going to start building the base. So first we get the pieces out from the bags. So far the tea house looks very nice. Uh, Will be interested to see how it looks when I complete it. Like most of the time, you say, oh yeah, this set is looking really good from the picture, uh, but when you finish building it, you get to experience a different kind of feel. So sometimes pictures just don't do a set justice, especially sometimes there are set that doesn't look as good in the picture. But anyway, by looking at the different types of elements, it's likely very similar to what they introduced in the Ninjago City series. Because that was the first set that I experienced. They using the clear blue tile to create some water landscape, and they kind of have underneath different colors of bricks to represent different depth of the water. But anyway, let's just get started. Looks like it's actually pretty wide considering like how many uh, kind of big pieces that we have here. So let's see how it goes. I'll just double check um, the alignment, like which way is which. So let me see. Uh-huh. So I think this part should be facing this way. Yeah, it's just by habit, trying to get the Lego bricks, the Lego logo kind of. There's no, say right way to face, but I like a certain orientation. So if I try to build something that I would often try to line up in a way that I want. But anyway, so we've got this here. Okay. See, this is just one side and it's quite big already, so then like I think it's gonna create a rectangle. Um, so considering how it looks like, it's gonna be quite a big set. I wouldn't say like huge though, but it's definitely um, bigger than what I originally thought. So will be interesting to see how it feels once I complete it. Will I complete it today? Probably not. Because yesterday I was full of energy, but today just a little bit exhausted from various things. So I'm actually in the sleepy mode. So the moment that I realize that I'm talking or using vocabulary or actually suddenly drift off topics, even though my mind is focusing on something that I'm more talking about, and it's kind of switched to a phrase that makes no sense. That that is the moment that I know that hey, I need to switch off and stop building this. There's no point on continuing the conversation because all the conversation kind of sides with it, and the most important thing, or the things that worry me most, is that I accidentally spill out some confidential information. Not that I work in the field, there are lots of um, you know trade secret or something, but let's say in a software that there's some particular bugs. It's not like confidential, but those are the things that you don't really want to mention in a video or a conversation that has nothing really to it. Like even though the people that listen probably like won't um, get the context or something like that, but it's just weird, right? Um, but anyway, uh and this weekend finally I'm thinking of just try to return from Sunday morning football. If you have been follow some of my earlier video, you know that I actually suffered a injury. It's not like serious injury, but it's kind of like not easy to heal. So I have to, you know, take a rest, 3 to 4 months before I can start returning. So even though my plan is to return to play football this week, but I don't foresee myself to be that active on the field, but just need to take it easy because otherwise, if I but even I want to try to be more involved, I probably couldn't because I haven't been running or doing exercise or training like that. So it's very unlikely that I can continuously running for like 2 hours. So that's the plan. Hopefully, by you know start playing the football. Probably not every week. So with all the commitments, it's not possible. Just like before or the good young days, I go play every week. Um, so probably like every second week. But still, if you've continued to do that for maybe a month, and like not necessarily that you will be fit, but you're probably able to cope with the the exercise volume. So you won't at least start like puffing or not able to move. Well, how should I put it? Well, you were able to move. Um, I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's like sometimes you sprint, you want to change direction because you haven't been exercised for so long that you don't feel the muscle. That's actually quite dangerous because sometimes especially as you grow older, right? Um, some of your ligaments and joints not able to take that pressure. So you know, just a lapse of concentration and your muscle couldn't cope with it, and you might actually hurt yourself more. But then if if you kind of continue to do that, and once you get back to the rhythm, although people like can't compete with people that or in your 20s, but at least your muscle won't fail you as much. And it like if you want to try, you can stop exercising for maybe 2 months, and then you try do the same exercise, and you will feel that you're just not able to get power through your muscle. Uh, that is the feeling that I'm describing here. But it will be interesting to see how I perform. Not that it's anything serious. It's just like social exercise. But you, I can't find any words apart from perform. But anyway, so far we're gonna building the water area. You can see different depth here. I always like building base like this. Every time I um, open a set that is whether it's a module building, but set that have a similar thing that you need to build a base or some location. I always enjoy building the base because I think it's very interesting. Um, or it's just the feeling of you kind of put all the tiles together. It's a lot more fun uh, compared to, let's say, building a tree. And yeah, and it's just more satisfying as you put the tile uh, one by one and start seeing some of the shapes and things that starts to form. And yeah, that's actually a very satisfying feeling or experience, I would say. And often this kind of it's not like time consuming lots of pieces, but like it's always I don't know. There's always something very hard to describe, but you you can only feel it if you actually try it yourself. Anyway, keep dropping bricks. You can see why. Like you are really tired and you start to drop things from finger. And yeah, the throat not actually feeling that well as well. not that I'm trying to complain or something like that. I'm just describing how I feel right now because I'm like there's always good day and bad day. I think yesterday was a really good day, but yesterday I didn't want to go that far in building. Just try to keep it, not trying to like continue build through midnight because what every time I do that, I end up not getting much sleep just because um, apart from building, they're always uploading the video. It's not like this video are heavily edited, but um, because it's long video, it takes time for it to upload and stuff. So that is the main reason. Unless I get a much more powerful laptop or Mac. I'm using Mac, so unless I get a much more powerful one, otherwise it's very unlikely that I can speed up the process. But sometimes it's not just the processing, but also the upload. Although I got the well, basically the fastest um, plan available for my fiber connection for upload, but even though they say, hey, is it this fast, but that's just the maximum speed that you can get. Often like you won't able to get that, especially I'm not using a LAN cable. I'm using Wi-Fi, and upstairs at the router downstairs I haven't got any like third-party router at home. So after that the upload, but even sometime on a good day the upload ends up finished really quick. There's still the wait for YouTube to finish processing it because nowadays you just can't upload video in standard definition. It's gonna look really bad, especially long videos like this. Most of the audience are actually from TV, not a small screen. So if you do SD, right, it looks really bad on a TV. Um, that's why I started like the review video, started uploading in 4K, because that's you provide the best viewing experience. Although my hands sometimes shaking, uh, that also hamper the viewing experience. But this type of video, there's nothing. Uh, I, I'm not using the camera to focus on the view that also, you know, high definition is fine. Uh, but that's just my view. Maybe if you're an audience and you also prefer these in 4K, and leave a comment, and I will take the feedback and see if I can make that work. So if I want to process it in 4K, then it will take much longer than um, the time that I publish the video might need to change a little bit because I often have this video done, upload, and have it published on the same day. But if it's like 4K and it's too long, and I just can't wait for it to finish, and do some of the others afterward. Right? So that is the thing, that if I need to upload in 4K, then there's actually a certain challenge that I need to face with. But anyway, so far, so good. It's quite enjoyable, to be honest. And then we've got I took bag number 4 and bag number 5 out, so that's the plan. And there's like 11 bags, so definitely not able to finish it today unless I'm progress a lot faster. But I don't think I'm progress that quick today. I think just like the normal speed, well, not normal speed, but speed that I've been going through in some of the recent build that took longer than I expected. But this is the pace that I'm working at right now. And here we are. I think the next one will. I can see lots of clear blue pieces, which means the most enjoyable part, at least for me. So I'm looking forward to bag number 4. And bag number 5 doesn't seem to have that many things. Um, yeah, and the recent years Lego start producing all these diorama that they all have a really nice looking face. I think it's a really good idea though, to be honest. Um, that kind of limit particular scene in a well defined dimension. So you know you could potentially create something similar because when something is not that big, like it makes it a lot easier to make a good display. Because not everyone has huge house or huge budget in terms of getting the like set displayed and also time, right? Yeah, like big set are massive. They're looking really good, but not everyone able to having a huge layout, right? They big sets are impressive, but at the same time, I also appreciate decent or smaller size set with tons of details, right? That actually, if you're able to create something very lively in a smaller set, that actually much more impressive than create something big. Because when something big, yeah, it's massive. Like you have that enormous view, right? It's still impressive to do all those, but because it's big, right, there's a lot more room and potential for you to extend it. But when it's small, suddenly like you have, um, I guess, limitation on what you can do. So you kind of need to like figure out how you can optimize space that you have to get something very lively done. So that's why I often get impressed with smaller set with huge details. Anyway, we're gonna start back number 4 now. Um, lots of clear pieces and a fish, well, koi fish. It's always nice. Um, let's just have it all laid out. And I wonder what the remaining bag is gonna be like right here. Here we go. I think there's a bridge and a couple of different trees lying around. So it's always cool to have all this clear blue tiles. So what next? I just need to figure it out because sometimes it's hard to see, you know, where I need to start building from. Because sometimes bricks are not easy to find, and if you've been watching, most of my videos every single day, I build Lego. I will run into a situation where I just overlook some of the pieces and took longer just to find the required element to continue the build, which kind of slowed me down. Um, and also figuring out the right position. There's also a challenge because when you have something surrounded but you have an open space and randomly this piece that they show you, hey, they need to put somewhere in the middle. It's so easy to miscalculate and place maybe one or two sets um, not kind of you know maybe too much to the left, or it's hard. And I also find it very hard to describe location and position without showing the picture, right? Yeah, so imagine that, hey, you're in emergency and you're dialing to police and you don't like you're in a location that's really wide. That's why I feel, hey, sometimes it's difficult to locate something, or try to find someone in the wild, even though they might have been in communication with you. That's why you need all the smoke, all the assistant that you may need to get people to locate you. Otherwise, it's extremely difficult just to describe where are you in a huge area, or unless there's some like landmarks, right? It's it's really difficult. Maybe I'm just not good at communicating, but I don't think so. It's just more like it's actually difficult to describe you know, position without any um, visual help. But anyway, as we progress the build, and lots of things become a lot more clear, and it's less likely that I'm going to make a mistake. I think the next part is the part that we'll start laying, oh well, still not, we're still laying down some of the other groundworks. Then we'll start laying down all the blue tiles. That would be the part I would enjoy most. And I still find it interesting that you actually build a tree house before you start kind of building stuff on the base. This is very common do that because most of the Lego set that I start always start from uh, the base, or start from the little small bit. I guess this one you don't have any cars and stuff, so they consider this the tea house. It's the smallest thing in this build, because you can't start with the trees, right? I mean you can, but until you finish the base, the tree kind of too loose and easy to break apart. So that's probably why. But anyway, let's just get everything aligned and take a sip of water because I think I've been talking too much. My throat getting a little bit dry. And now that's better. And then we've got here. I think especially it's get harder when the instruction booklet is far away that you need to make sharp turn of your neck. That is when it become a little bit more difficult. Here we are. We're nearly done. I can see that most of the other colored bricks already gone. There's only one flat gray tile. So now they kind of have a top-down view for you to start placing the blue tiles for the water. And I really get very obsessive on how it's done because it's all clear. Then you can see the Lego print below. So I want that to face the same way as well. So but because it's clear part, so it's a lot easier to see. Unless I build in the dark, right? I doubt even normal bricks you can see if you are building in the dark. Maybe it's going to be a cool challenge. Let's build Lego in the dark. Make sure that the set is full of black and gray bricks. Um, so you actually need to feel it to build it, right? That's not a challenge that I want to take. This Lego is supposed to help you relax, calm you down. And why you want to create an environment makes it very stressful to build Lego. That's not what the intention of Lego is. Of course, you can try if you want to put yourself in such a stressful situation, but I wouldn't. And yeah, we've got a koi fish. So this one got the two different colors of koi fish. Some of the set only give you the one color. And it's kind of introduced from one of the Chinese New Year set. I think the Lantern Festival where the part. When it first introduced, I bought a lot of extra of the printed fish tile, but I never got the chance to create something on my own because I bought the fish one, but I haven't bought all the clear tile because there's no plan, so you don't know how many of the other bricks that you need. So what? um, so yeah, that's something quite interesting, I would say. Is always have thoughts, hey, I should get this so I can create some of my own creation. But sometimes it's just hard, right? You have it in your mind. I think at some point that I will able to start doing that and be better at it, just like how um, you're making digital contents, right? It's my first YouTube video. Um, I mean, it's not like bad quality, but you can feel it. Uh, you know, the camera. Uh, I think most importantly is the speech. The more you do, you get better. Uh, but then, the first time it's always difficult, right? I think if you look at all the um, Instagram reels that I create recently, or even the shorts, right? Not necessarily the one building mini figures, but the one with a joke or me in person talking, right? Those are the more I do, I got more comfortable with it, and that also has to do by showing faces, and I think I make a mistake. Uh, this is when you really need the brick separator. When I need it most, I forgot about it. These are the things that actually slow me down. Mistake, right? And this are not easy to fix because of bricks. Anyway, don't really show me the top-down view, but I kind of miscalculated. Anyway, sometimes it happens, but well, just have to fix it, right? I was like, oh yeah, something not right. But at least I fix it now. And I think every time I make a mistake, I can lose track of the conversation that I have. I think it's about getting comfortable on doing stuff. But yeah, it's just practice. Doing this with me, looking at the camera and things can, less likely to be, look away from the camera. So I remember like in the previous job and some initiative that they want to have me talking to the camera for some, promoting that it's a nice workplace, and I just keep not looking at the camera, so the footage wasn't, I guess, utilized. So, but now if they ask me again now, then it's probably have a different situation. But it's like when you need to have a conversation type, and you just need to look at the camera. But for example, if you want to, create some stories, and it, it really depends on the situation. Uh, if you're trying to tell a story that kind of observing from a third person, then you don't really want to look in the camera, because then it doesn't feel like uh, you're observing as a third person. I'm just worried that I kind of misaligned some of the thing again. Hopefully I didn't. Um, but you see, while it's not many pieces, uh, sometimes this is where you you slow down on the building. But anyway, yeah. So I think one of my most recent shots or reels on Instagram is trying to do a parody of the very popular scene from the recent popular movie Civil War, right? So that one, if I film the scene looking in the camera, then it will not able to generate the parody feeling, right? Because they kind of look different to the actual scenes. Although, due to limitation that I have, I only able to try to do a parody the best I can. Of course, if I go outdoor, because I'm doing everything myself. I'm not like getting any help in filming and stuff, right? So and of course I can only use whatever the props or whatever the thing that I have at home. Like yes, I'm not planning to increase the budget, right? I try to make the best video I can with the limitation that I have, but I just don't yet, especially now. I in terms of spending, it's a bit tight, right? I can't just go out and figure it out. Hey, I want to film this, but I need to have this and this and this thing, and most likely it's one off, right? So and especially it's like, hey, I have this idea, I just want to realize that idea rather than I'm planning to have this idea and kind of have a real plan and try to film a little bit more throughout a longer period of time. Not doing that. It's more spontaneous. Hey, I thought this would be funny, or this would be interesting. And I usually go start do it straight away. Um, Sometimes it may benefit better if I have a longer plan, so you can thought out the execution better. But um, yeah, it's why if I leave it and too much ideas, I think it will impact my other day-to-day life, because I think I would be always thinking about different idea. That that is probably I can do that if I go full time on this, but this is still a hobby. It's not something that I'm keen to do full time, because this won't allow me to have a steady income, I would say. So that is why. Um, but what happens if I'm able to generate steady income from this while trying to do this full time? Probably not again. This is really a hobby. If I make the hobby the my livelihood, then I think it was. And in the beginning, it's probably all very enjoyable, but at time pass, you get the pressure to keep. Okay, I guess because it becomes your main job and you need to survive, and then I think it will no longer become a hobby, right? Even though it's something that you enjoy to do, and it's great, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Right now, I don't have any particular plan on career change. I think the software industry still you know really good in terms of potential and things. Of course, you need to skill up. For example, how you can integrate AI into um, what you do day to day at work. Not that you want to replace things with AI, but I think it's kind of important to keep yourself up to date. I think with modern technology, because if you're not able to keep up with the trend, then you become obsolete. Then there will be no more potential for you to I guess grow into. Same right with YouTube channel, and if you keep doing the same thing, like I mean, I'm not actively growing the channel. I'm just doing what I like, but that's why it's not growing, right? This is not something trending. Is I if I do video and ideas that with what makes those popular channel, like not just few thousand or few tens of thousands, like few millions. They often have a very fast edit and change pace and things. Those are not the thing that I want to do. And again, this is the main thing is I'm not trying to grow a channel to have like a million subscribers, something like that. Because the approach will be very different if the intention is to grow a YouTube channel, right? So, this maybe I start with the wrong position. That makes it really hard to align the bricks and things. Am I doing it right? It's actually taking longer than I thought. But even that bag number 5 doesn't have that many elements, so I think that's fine. Now we'll finish up to bag number 5 today. And then what next? We'll wait until tomorrow, right? This means that I probably won't have a review video up until Monday or something like that. And then I figured out that I'm not missing the plot of it. But anyway, I will just continue from the outside and then move back to the inside, because otherwise I will be quite lost on where certain things supposed to go. Is there in between there's like that particular odd one by one steps, because they need it so you can add things on top, but it also makes it really hard that, hey, am I in building in the right place? Because anything misaligned will mean a mistake just happened before that I need to fix the problem, right? So now I think I'm in a good rhythm. I think not. I figured out the way that I think things are aligned properly now. I think hopefully I don't make mistakes. If I make a mistake, then I have to cut this video short and not able to view back number 5. But I think I'm okay this time. I mean, there are little small plants for you to reorientate your thing, but sometimes it's just hard, right? Because you kind of moving the neck, and sometimes just the movement will cause you to lose orientation. But so far, looking really good. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I'm tempted to buy an extra one to do another thing, but instead of tree house, can have something else happening here. But we'll see. So again, the approach is to go around and then move inside. That would be easier to or minimize the chance of making a mistake for placing the tile in the wrong position. So just kind of just start building from the outside and moving inside, and I think now I'm making quite good progress, I think. Or did I? No, I think I made a mistake. Ugh. Damn it. When I drop the brick. Oops. I didn't notice the flat gray tile. That's why I made a mistake. So even you go through the edges, if you miss something, then cause problem. Anyway, I think now it's fixed. Okay, now I can continue my plan. Mistakes. So many mistakes while building Lego lately. and that makes my throat really dry. So a sip of water. Okay, where we get to? Just a little bit more, then we'll finish. Building the pond or the water area. And it's always great, right? That's why I really love all those Ninjago City series because they kind of a floating city, right? So all the base will have this to build. Some of them have a larger area, some of them have just around the edges, but that's what makes those sets so enjoyable. Okay, and we're getting there. We're getting there. This is the thing that sometimes it's hard for those one by one to see the Lego logo because the injection point just right on top of the logo, so sometimes it's hard to see. I think it's okay now because I think I kinda already get all the parts that just one more position that require that one by one piece, so the other parts should be straightforward enough. And hopefully I didn't make any orientation mistake. It's really like because it's clear you see the marks, right? And if just one thing kind of not consistent, then you would spot it straight away, and that makes me mad. Anyway, yes, we finished building the water service, and we're gonna need to add some water plants. I think these are lotus, some sort. Anyway, some interesting piece there. The thing is, that piece can use as hair because one of the is that the minions. Although if you have follow the minion sets, then the character Otto is having a black hair using this element here. I can't show you because the element is really small and my camera is so far away, but maybe I would describe it like in the in-depth look, but will I remember to do that? Sometimes I only, I mentioned, hey, in the in-depth look, I'm going to talk more details on certain things, minor things, major thing I won't miss, and then I do the video, and then in the end, I kind of, watching the review, damn, I forgot, and it's too late to add something in. Hmm. There's some really cool explanation across the instruction booklet and everything on fact number 5. What's fact number 6 looks like? It's just, yeah, I will just stop at fact number 5 today. 6 is building the bridge, so it's a little bit more work because I don't think I want to carry on too late at night. Anyway, so got just lay out the bricks a little bit. Got this long element, really long. This is I think how I can do it. Okay, we're building. I think the base for you to hold the tree house now. So, but it's hard to see right now. Hopefully, we'll see all the details soon. and really would prefer the like vertical shape instruction just because the table here it makes it a lot easier with the horizontal the landscape one that's get too wide and because of the child seat like I can't flip the instruction really well well without damaging the instruction because if it caught underneath the table that it will start to tear so, yeah okay. But then after this what are the set that I'm going to build I don't know sometimes it's hard to decide what to build next with you know limited time and storage and so many sets unopened, right? And of course, if I get the chance, I will also acquire some of the newer sets. As I mentioned, yesterday, uh, there are quite a few really cool sets coming very soon, like June. Like some of the set, like I thought, oh yeah, good, it should be August and should have some time to save up. But what, like June? Seriously? Uh, and I nearly forgot about the new series 26 minifigures. Um, you might say, oh, well, how come it's already supposed to be rolled out? If you're not aware, the collectible minifigure series since 2021 in Australia and New Zealand, they often kind of have a month delay. I think it's to do with the logistic rather than they intentionally delay it because I think they never reached the show on time on the first. Uh, so have to wait, right? So rather than, oh yeah, let's just have it 1st of May, then they might arrive, later in the month. So instead, they just set the launch date to be June or a month late. So that's what happening with the collectible minifigure series in our region. Of course, I much prefer, hey, if it's same as other region, that would be good because you're making contents. I'm not trying to compete with others, but even you're not trying to compete, right? There's a competition on how YouTube discover the video. So most of the time, if it release the same time as other region, then I have a fair chance to have the video being discovered by YouTube search. Um, but now it's like a month late, right? So having said that, those videos usually quite popular and have a very high retention as well. Um, even I'm not the first person to upload, so which is good, right? Uh, in terms of the characters in new Series 26, yeah, I like all the minifigure, but I have less attachment to the classic space themes. I do have, Ice Planet stuff and even some other stuff. I do like those sets, but not like, some hardcore fans that, hey, having the same excitement, but I do like some of the design. I'm really look forward uh, to the pink space babies. Uh, so what I'm going to do about it, well, I'm gonna again once it's available, I'm gonna buy a box. Because I don't like hey you can scan the code, and I think this time even in Australia, so you get the bigger QR code that you can use the app to scan, but yeah, it's just going to shop and start scanning, and it's just better just to buy a box and get 3 whole sets. Well, it's not guaranteed though. Sometimes there's some margin error, and you get maybe 2 or just 1 set. Um, but we'll see. And the other thing is, family members also collecting the minifigures. So uh, it's more economical for me. And often buying a box, I get, the shop here usually do 20% off if you buy a box, right? That's why, it's better just to buy the box anyway. So we've got spec 5 done, and I'm gonna stop here. The spec 6 will be continue to build on this area. So for, I think, for the tea house to kind of stack on top, but I'm just calling it 9, and we'll continue to build Magnum 6 tomorrow. And then there are lots of landscape to build in the future. So I shouldn't be looking at it because it's kind of spoiling my building experience. But we already halfway there, and so far it's looking really good. So really love this area here, and can't wait to do the in-depth review. But tonight I'll just call it a day, and we'll continue building. Hopefully tomorrow if I'm not too tired, but if it's not tomorrow, then the day after. See you next time.